to start today with the lessons as well. But first, I just want to clarify with you the program and the evaluation, okay? Okay, this is what you have. Good evening, Juan Pablo. This is what you had in Moodle. This is the complete program. So basically, we started August 1st and we finish until November 30, right? But grades will be, November 30 is the end of the semester, but we're going to have our last encounter, which is the feedback session on November 28th, okay? As you are used to work, we have a series of units in Dexway that you need to start working now. So I guess you already have the access and you already know what to do. This is the course B1.3, and you start with the first unit, that is saying goodbye to the band, which is supposed to be the topic for this week, right? Our virtual encounters will be every Thursday at 7:30. I'm sorry, I forgot it was at 7:30. That's why I sent the message earlier. But yes, the idea is to meet every Thursday at 7:30. For next week, what you have to do is a review of a film, making predictions. The topic today is that making predictions. We are going to review like the grammar aspect of it, and the idea with that task is that you're going to send the presentation on August 11, if I am not wrong. It's an individual presentation, and it is about movie that is not in cinema yet, right? So you can find a trailer, right? Any kind of movie that you like, and the idea is to make predictions of what will happen in the movie, right? So the presentation should be sent on August 11, and you will have to share that presentation using the PowerPoint, or any other visual aid. Remember that what you have to send on August 11 is a Word document, right, with the predictions about the film, and you can also include the website of the trailer, right? And during the next encounter, that would be August 15, you will have the oral presentation, and there is where you can use PowerPoint or any other visual aid that you are familiar with. And that presentation will have a different grade from the Word document. The Word document is going to be graded as a task, and the second one, the presentation, is the virtual encounter grade for the August 15, okay? I don't know if you have questions about this first task.
Yeah, teacher, me.
Yes, Mayra.
Because I have like time yesterday to do the assignment. I did it yesterday, but I saw like a review, like when I used to do reviews is when I already saw the film. So I used like a little bit of future, because I saw that at the end of the guidelines there was like some links to practice future. So that's why like I include a little bit, because I knew that is what you wanted, like to see how we are using the future. But some things I use the past to write it, to wrote it.
as we are going to see the trailer, or at least be familiar with the movie, the idea is to give like a brief description of what the movie is about, right? So you know that when in trailers or in reviews, they don't say, they don't talk about the end of the movie, right? And important aspects that are going to happen in that movie. They just give the setting, yeah? This is a drama movie about this, and the actors are this. The plot is about, I don't know, a girl who is in love with a married man, and I think that what will happen is this, and you start making the predictions that are not in the trailer, because the movie is not in cinemas yet, so we don't know what is going to happen at the end. You know, like for example, what movies come, like Terminator 7, or I don't know, the other one, Tarantino's movie. What is the other movie that is going to,
I did it with
The Secret
Cat.
Life of Pets too, or something like that. So it's those kind of movies that are not in the cinema yet, so we don't know how the movie finishes. So that is where the predictions are going to be. Of course, you are going to use past and present if you want in the review, like in the setting, in the context, but then you're going to start doing the predictions, okay?
Okay.
Clear? Okay, any other question? No? No more questions regarding the task?
Teacher, I have a question about the diagnostic text. I have a problem with the
With
this. Yes.
I already put another link on the platform so you can take it. I think now it is working perfectly. The idea with this diagnostic test, as I said in the study guide, it is not going to have any grade. It is not going to be graded, but it is just for you to know what your English level is at this moment and what aspects you still need to rehearse. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. I think we can start.
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, Juan Pablo.
It's about this way. This week we had to do unit 1 or unit 1 and 2.
The first week is unit 1. This week, unit 1A, and next week, this is in the other program here. Next week is going to be unit 2A.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Okay. Now we're going to watch some clips, right? And I want you to make predictions of what will happen next. Okay. Okay, can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we have 3 options, right? What will happen? He will jump across the obstacle, he will fall when he reaches the other side, and he will fly over the air. What do you think will happen?
See?
See, he will fly over the air. Okay. Hugo, what's your opinion?
A.
He will jump across the obstacle successfully. Okay. Mayra.
I think A. He will jump across the obstacle.
Okay. Juan Pablo.
Yeah, B.
B. He will fall when he reaches the other side. Okay. Let's see what is going to happen. So it was B, right? He fell. Okay. Number 2. What do you think? He will jump across the obstacle, he will fall when he reaches the other obstacle, or he will fly over the air?
A. He
A.
will jump across the obstacle.
Okay.
Yes, A.
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 Okay. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Okay. It was B again. Let's see number 3.
When you can take him.
Oh, God. Okay, what will happen? The dog will bite the woman, the dog will bite the children, or the dog will dance conga with them?
A.
A, okay.
No, C.
C, the dog will dance with them.
Dance.
A.
A will beat the woman. Mayra?
B.
D, he
B.
will bite children.
For a conga.
Okay, so Hugo is the winner. C. What will happen? He will collide when he reaches the ground. He will safely cross to the other side, or he will jump off the motorcycle.
I think C. He will
Yeah.
jump the motorcycle.
Me too. You
He
see.
will jump off the motorcycle.
Jump
Okay.
off.
C.
Mayra?
I think A. He will.
A. And Beatrice?
A.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so it was A, right? A was the option. Okay. Now we have this one. A, the dog will catch a fish, the dog will fall into the water, or the dog will jump on a surfboard.
B.
A.
B.
A.
A2, yes.
Okay. And Juan?
B.
B. Okay. Let's see.
I am a fish.
Okay, he fell into the water, right? Okay, number 6.
Are you gonna catch you?
I saw this.
The kid will catch the rabbit will run away, or the rabbit will hit the kid.
B.
C.
C.
See?
C.
See?
C.
Hugo?
C.
Okay.
You know, sometimes a rabbit's foot is bad luck. Falcon kick! What did he do?
Okay. Now, the last one. The snow will fall suddenly. He will sky over the mountain or he will fall.
Sorry,
The
teacher.
snow.
It is possible. It is possible to wash
I'm
again.
sorry, Juan Pablo?
It is possible to wash again. I couldn't see well.
Okay.
Mm.
So, A, B, or C?
Sí,
Sí,
sí.
sí,
C?
Yes, C.
Okay. Ivan, what do you think? A, B, or C? What will happen?
Sorry, who?
Ivan. Ivan Fernando.
Hello, teacher.
I.
I didn't know D.
B?
Yes.
He will sky over the mountain. Okay, let's see. Hugo?
A.
The snow will fall suddenly. Beatrice?
Sí.
B. Okay. Mayra?
sí.
C. And Juan Pablo?
Sí.
C. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was A.
That's all, folks. Thank you for participating and see you next class.
Okay, now. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened with my window. No. First of it is one. Okay, because I need to stop sharing this first and now this. Okay, so this is our topic for today, predictions, right? As you could see, to talk about predictions, something that we think can happen, we can use will, right? And when we use will, there is a certain degree of possibility. We are almost sure that that is the thing that is going to happen, right? We can use will or want in the negative, right? But we can also use might or may, right, to make predictions. He might, I don't know, the dog might dance conga, right? But when we use might or may, the possibility is 50-50. We are not that sure that that is going to happen, okay? Now we're going to focus on the predictions with will by now, right? So this is the first activity. All of the objects in the picture have been replaced, okay? What has replaced the objects in the picture? What about the first one? What is this?
Phone.
A phone. What type of phone?
Old phone.
Okay, it's an old phone. It's home phone, right? What replaced this object?
Cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, is the cell phone better than the original one? Than this old phone?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Fine.
Mm, the cell phone has a lot of tools.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
It
other?
doesn't have a wire.
Uh-huh. Is it cheaper or more expensive?
A
More
cell phone,
Mm-hmm.
more expensive. More expensive.
Okay. Do you pay more for the cell phone bill or the home bill for the phone?
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you spend more money paying
Ah.
the mobile phone bill or the home phone bill?
The home phone bill, I
It's more
believe.
expensive.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, because in the cell phone you can you recargar. I don't know.
Sure.
You can have a plan, but a, a home phone is mandatory. You have to pay month by month.
Monthly. Okay, good. Now, what about this object? What is that?
Recorder.
A recorder. Okay, good. Now, what replaces the recorder?
When when could not receive the call.
Sorry, Hugo, I didn't catch that. When you what? When you call?
When you call not or couldn't
Uh,
receive or
when you couldn't receive.
you couldn't receive the call.
You use it. Now, what is the replacement for that?
The cell phone too, no?
Yeah, the cell phone. It has a service of voicemail, right?
Yes.
You get a voicemail and you can check it whenever you want. Okay, now what is this one?
I don't know.
I don't know say it in English.
Disc player. Disc player.
Okay, display.
Okay. So what replaces that?
Stereo.
Stereo. Yeah. Now here we have a VHS cassette. Right? What replaces that?
Now, a memory stick.
Memory stick. Okay.
Because I think that that memory stick replace the CDs.
This.
Ah, the CDs. Okay. Right, because you are very young. But in my time, we used VHS, right? And yes, the VHS was replaced by the CD, and now the CDs are being replaced by memory sticks or
Netflix.
Netflix, right? Online platforms. Right, now we have ink pen.
So can you write it, please?
Ink, I-N-K,
Okay.
pen, P-E-N. Okay, what replaced that?
Markers or
Printer.
Or what?
Printer.
Printers, right? Markers, also pens, regular pens, right? You don't need the ink anymore. The ink comes in the pen now. And here now we have a black and white TV. What replaced that?
Smart TV.
The smart TVs. Okay. Now, what do you think will happen in the future? Okay. Here we have, three questions, right? In the future, how will we communicate with people in other countries? What is the way we communicate now with people in other countries?
by cell phone or
Skype.
Cell phone or Skype? Okay. In the future, will we still use pen and paper to write? And C, in the future, will we watch TV in the same way we do now? So I want you to think about these three questions and come up with the answers, with your own answers. How we will communicate with people in other countries in the future, right? Let's say in 10 years, 15 years. If in 10 or 15 years we will still using the pen and paper to write, and what is the future of TV? What will we watch TV in the same way we do now? Okay, think about that. You have some time. If you want, you can write down your ideas. Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Hugo, do you want to be the first one to give your own ideas?
Yes, I think that in the future, the people will communicate tele no telepathically.
Uh-huh.
Telepathically with maybe with a ship in the brain.
Okay, a chip in the brain. Okay, great. What about the second?
Mm, I think in the future the people um, not be writing,
Won't be writing. Won't.
won't be writing.
Uh-huh.
The words ap- ap- appear when the people think the words
Okay. Will appear.
will appear. Yes, will
Okay.
appear.
Okay. And I'm trying to go back. Is this one? No. Oh God. I don't know. Okay. And what about number 3?
Watch I think in the future, people will have screens uh, everywhere. For example, in the walls, in
On the
the back,
wall?
on the walls, on the bathrooms, on the roof, on
Uh-huh.
the roof.
Yep.
Um, and they see watch TV here.
Okay, good. Beatrice, what is your opinion? What are your ideas?
Okay, I think that in the future we communicate,
We will communicate.
maybe in 3 dimension. I don't know.
Ah, okay, like with holograms or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Um, Number 2, I think that we won't use pen and paper to write
Okay,
and use continue virtual
okay, we
and
will just use virtual communication, right? And what about the future of TV?
okay, and the TV. mm, mm, no, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, do you think Netflix will be uh, for everyone? Everyone will pay for online platforms such as Netflix or
Maybe other platforms.
platforms. Okay.
Platforms.
Thank you. Mayra, what's your opinion?
I was thinking the same, like what Beatrice said. Like, I don't know if you have watched Avengers. They communicate with holograms and that. So I was thinking that we just can like press a button and then the hologram will like appear.
Okay.
And I think people won't use pen and paper to write. Uh, I think the people just like will think, yeah, and send the message like through mind to mind, something like that.
Okay.
And maybe for the TV, maybe people will have like only the remote and they can project like on the walls the TV that they want to just press the button on the remote and they can project
Okay. So
television.
we won't need the screens as such, but it will be
No.
projected everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Juan Pablo, your opinion.
Mm, I was thinking the same what my classmate said. People will see your whole body, yeah, or your face. It depends where what you want to show to another person. Yeah, I, I I think that pen and paper. Maybe yes, we will still use that tool. There will be maybe more tools to write, or but in our time, for example, there are things we can't have, so we can use, but we have some things that can replace that. So I think the future will be the same. And the watch TV, people will use the TV with a voice command. Think, yeah.
Okay, good. Ivan.
Mm, the first, in the future, how will we communicate with people in other country? The technology advanced a lot. A lot. So I imagine that in the future, cell phone will be smart. They will have photographic in the resolution, um, and I think the same as Hugo, we, with the chip embedded in the head.
Okay, embedded in the head, right?
Yes. Second, um, the second, the future will still use. Um, I don't know. Um, the paper will replace it for tablets.
Will be replaced by
Will
tablets.
replace for tablets and pen for pens electronics. Um, in the future will we watch TV the same way we do now? Um, they will be replaced for projectors in the wall, in the home.
Okay, thank you. Now, we're going to listen to some people discussing the same ideas, okay? First, I want you to concentrate if they mention anything of your, or well, any idea related to yours, okay? That is the first listening exercise, right?
Unit 3.
Can you listen?
Recording 3.
Yes, teacher.
So there are many, many ways we communicate with people at the moment. And in the near future, I wanted to talk about something that is going to be with us, which is a system for translating foreign languages. So potentially, you could be on the phone talking to someone from another country who's speaking in a different language, and it's being translated into your ear so you can communicate that way.
By an intermediary or something?
Yes,
by technology.
By technology, so you can do this on Skype. You know, where you've got the camera filming you, and you are talking to someone in another country. How do we feel about that?
Well, it might work in the future, but it certainly doesn't work at the moment. I mean, if you get a website that's in a foreign language and you can get these online translation services,
it's not quite right.
It's very funny.
Wrong.
Yes, it's completely wrong, especially English to Japanese and back.
So, will this type of communication affect the way we work and well, businesses? I mean, it works very well for businesses because you will be able to communicate with someone from a different company in a different country, and maybe that will stop barriers in that way.
2.
I heard a TV program the other day, and they said that they don't think that handwriting will exist in the next 10 years. What do you think about that?
Oh, really? What did they suggest would take its place?
Well, for things like signatures, for bank cards or whatever, or signing things, they suggested that we would use thumbprints or digital.
Kind of retina scans.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, I personally think that handwriting will be with us, for a long time. I think in years to come, people will still carry a pen around in their top pocket rather than anything else, and that would be the quickest, easiest, and most straightforward way to communicate.
Well, maybe in the short term, but if you think about, I don't know, sort of kids 10, 12 years old, they're using more and more, computers at school and things, and they might actually just stop writing, stop the practice of writing.
3.
Well, before I give my opinion, I'd like to know what you all think about the future of television.
Well, it won't be on a television set, that's for sure.
No, it'll be on a computer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Through broadband on a computer, and it'll be on demand. You know the difference between push and pull technology?
Yes, I absolutely agree that it will be on demand, but I don't think that it will still be. I think there'll be a place for computers, for YouTube, all those things, but ultimately it will not replace a very large screen in your living room.
But the large screen in your living room will still be there. It's just the method of delivery and whether or not it's broadcast to you when you don't want it, or whether you.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
How do you think it'll change? I mean, we're talking. It won't be in a month. It won't be in a month or two, and it won't be in the short term. But certainly, in the long term, this will be the future.
I think it will be in the short term. Actually, I would say in the next. Everything's so quickly changing, isn't it? Absolutely.
You've already got on demand with the iPlayer and YouTube, where if you want to see it, you can go and see it.
That is phenomenally successful. Yeah.
Okay. Any of your ideas were mentioned?
Sorry, teacher?
Any of your ideas were mentioned? Or your partners? No? Or all the ideas were different?
I think especially the first one was different because they focused on the languages and we didn't think about it. Yeah,
okay.
Translation.
And what about the second one, using pen and paper?
I didn't get that idea. I didn't understand much.
Okay.
I know that I think the girl at the end said that people are still going to have a pen on their necks, on the t-shirt, something like that.
Okay. And what about the TV? An idea?
I think we replaced the screens and we said that the television is going to be on the walls, and they said that screens are going to still be there, but what is going to change is how the service line, what you said, Netflix or something like that, YouTube and internet are going to replace the television service or something like that.
Okay, good. Now, this time, I want you to focus on more specific information, right? Here you have some notes of the ideas, right? System for translating foreign languages, talk to a foreigner on the phone, his or her words translated into your ear. Online translation services already exist, but often make mistakes. Example, English to Chinese. TV program says handwriting will disappear in 100 years. We'll use thumbprints, digital signatures, etc. Scans instead. Men says people will still carry pens, and women says kids 10 to 12 years old might stop writing. And they will think there'll still be a large TV in the living room, but TV programs will be on demand. Watch what you want. Man thinks it'll change in the long term. A long time in the future, woman agrees. Okay, these are like some notes about the conversations. What you have to do is focus on the mistakes in each one. Okay, there are some mistakes, factual mistakes on this. Okay, so listen again.
Unit 3, recording 3. 1.
So there are many ways we communicate with people at the moment, and in the near future I wanted to talk about something that is going to be with us, which is a system for translating foreign languages. So potentially you could be on the phone talking to someone from another country who's speaking in a different language, and it's being translated into your ear so you can communicate that way.
By an intermediary or something?
Yes,
by technology.
By technology. So you can do this on Skype, you know, where you've got the camera filming you, and you are talking to someone in another country. How do we feel about that?
Well, it might work in the future, but it certainly doesn't work at the moment. I mean, if you get a website that's in a foreign language and you can get these, you know, these online translation services, it's
not quite right.
It's very funny.
Wrong.
Yes, it's completely wrong, especially English to Japanese and back.
So will this type of communication affect the way we work and well, businesses? I mean, it works very well for businesses because you will be able to communicate with someone from a different company in a different country, and maybe that will stop barriers in that way.
Could you catch any mistake? And the first one? No? Okay. Let's see the second.
2.
I heard a TV program the other day, and they said that they don't think that handwriting will exist in the next 10 years. What do you think about that?
Oh, really? What did they suggest would take its place?
Well, for things like signatures, you know, for bank cards or whatever, or signing things, they suggested that we would use thumbprints or digital. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, I personally think that handwriting will be with us, you know, for a long time. I think in years to come, people will still carry a pen around in their top pocket or anything else, and that will be the quickest, easiest, and most straightforward way to communicate.
Well, maybe in the short term, but if you think about, I don't know, sort of kids 10, 12 years old, they're using more and more, you know, computers at school and things, and they might actually stop practice of writing.
3.
Any mistake?
Teacher, I think she says in 10 years and not 100 years.
Okay, very good, perfect. What about the third? Let's see the third part.
Well, before I give my opinion, I'd like to know what you all think about the future of television.
Well, it won't be on a television set, that's for sure.
No, it'll be
It's
on a
certainly going to
computer.
absolutely
Yes.
through broadband on a computer, and it'll be on demand. You know the difference between push and pull
Yes,
technology.
I absolutely agree that it will be on demand, but I don't think that it will still be. I think there will be a place for computers, for YouTube, all those things, but ultimately it will not replace a very large screen in your living room.
But the large screen in your living room will still be there. It's just the method of delivery and whether or not it's broadcast to you when you don't want it, or whether you.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
pick it up when you do want it.
it'll change then? I mean, we're talking.
It won't be in a month.
long-term,
It won't be in a month or two, and it won't be in the short term. But certainly in the long term, this will be the future.
I think it will be in the short term. Actually, I would say in the next. Everything's so quickly changing, isn't it? Absolutely.
You've already
yeah.
got on demand with the iPlayer
Yes.
and YouTube, where if you want to see it, you can go and,
Yes,
and
and
see it.
that
when you
is
want to see it.
phenomenally successful. Yeah.
Any mistake?
Maybe it isn't long, short.
It's short term. Okay, good. Now you're going to listen with the script, right? So you can be sure about the conversation, about your answers, and you can get the first mistake, okay?
Unit 3, recording 3. 1.
So there are many ways we communicate with people at the moment, and in the near future, I wanted to talk about something that is going to be with us, which is a system for translating foreign languages. So potentially, you could be on the phone talking to someone from another country who's speaking in a different language, and it's being translated into your ear, so you can communicate that way.
By an intermediary or something.
Yes,
By technology.
By technology, so you can do this on Skype. Where you've got the camera filming you, and you are talking to someone in another country. How do we feel about that?
Well, it might work in the future, but it certainly doesn't work at the moment. I mean, if you get a website that's in a foreign language and you can get
Sorry, teacher, we can't see the script, the whole script.
the Japanese and back.
So you see, will this type of communication affect the way we work and well, businesses? I mean, it works very well for businesses because you will be able to communicate with someone from a different company in a different country, and maybe that will stop barriers in that way.
Okay, what was the mistake? No?
At least me, I couldn't see the whole script.
No?
No. I don't know if my classmates.
Okay.
Unit 3, recording 3. 1.
So there are many ways we communicate with people at the moment, and in the near future, I wanted to talk about something that is going to be with us, which is a system for translating foreign languages. So potentially, you could be on the phone talking to someone from another country who's speaking in a different language, and it's being translated into your ear, so you can communicate that way.
By an intermediary or something.
Yes,
by technology.
By technology, so you can do this on Skype. Where you've got the camera filming you, and you are talking to someone in another country. How do we feel about that?
Well, it might work in the future, but it certainly doesn't work at the moment. I mean, if you get a website that's in a foreign language and you can get these online translation services,
it's not quite right.
It's very funny.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's completely wrong, especially English to Japanese and back.
So you see, will this type of communication affect the way we work and well, businesses? I mean, it works very well for businesses because you will be able to communicate with someone from a different company in a different country, and maybe that will stop barriers in that way.
English to Japanese?
English to Japanese, not to Chinese.
Oh my God.
But that was the mistake. That's the only mistake. Okay. The second one, it was what Hugo said. It is not 10, but it is not 100, but 10. Anyway, I'm going to play it so you can read what you are listening, and also you can see the structures they are using, okay?
Way.
2,
I heard a TV program the other day, and they said that they don't think that handwriting will exist in the next 10 years. What do you think about that?
oh really? What did they suggest would take its place?
Well, for things like signatures, you know, for bank cards or whatever, or signing things, they suggested that we would use thumbprints or digital.
Kind of retina scan.
Yeah, that's
like
it. Yeah.
Well, I personally think that handwriting will be with us, you know, for a long time. I think in years to come, people will still carry a pen around in their top pocket rather than anything else, and that would be the quickest, easiest, and most straightforward way to communicate.
Well, maybe in the short term, but if you think about, I don't know, sort of kids 10, 12 years old, they're using more and more, you know, computers at school and things, and they might actually just stop writing, stop the practice of writing.
3,
Well, before I give my opinion, I'd like to know what you all think about the future of television.
Well, it won't be on a television set, that's for sure.
No, it'll be
It's
on a
certainly
computer. Yeah.
through broadband on a computer, and it'll be on demand. You know the difference between push and pull
Yes,
technology.
I absolutely agree that it will be on demand, but I don't think that it will still be. I think there will be a place for computers, for YouTube, all those things, but ultimately it will not replace a very large screen in your living room.
But the large screen in your living room will still be there. It's just the method of delivery, and whether or not it's broadcast to you when you don't want it, or whether you.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
How soon
do you think it'll change then? I mean, we're talking.
It won't be in a month.
long-term,
It won't be in a month or two, and it won't be in the short term. But certainly in the long term, this will be the future.
I think it will be in the short term. Actually, I would say in the next. Everything's so quickly changing, isn't it? Absolutely.
You've already
yeah.
got on demand with the iPlayer
Yes.
and YouTube, where if you want to see it, you can go and,
Yes, and
see it.
that
when you
is
want to see it.
phenomenally successful. Yeah.
Okay, so as you could see, they are using mainly three structures to talk about the future, right? Will and the negative want, right? Plus verb in infinitive, right? The second one is may, right? Plus verb in infinitive. And the third one will be might. Plus, okay, might plus verb in infinitive. Okay, so all of these three structures will help us to talk about predictions in the future, right? When we use will or want, we are like a 90% sure, yeah, 90% sure that that thing will
Excuse me.
or won't happen. Yes.
You can repeat that, please?
Of course. So you
Yeah,
have
your camera. I think your camera stopped working and before.
is now working or not?
Yeah, now yes, it's working, but before I think it wasn't working. It
Okay.
stopped. They stopped. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I moved, so the connection is not that good as it used to be. But well, okay. So we have three different structures to talk about predictions in the future, right? When we use will or want plus a verb in infinitive, is because we are 90% sure that thing will or won't happen, right? something like in the future, and this is my opinion, of course, in the future, we won't have rainforests. Okay, so what we have here is won't plus the infinitive have, right? And I am 90% sure of this because we are not taking care of the environment, because everyday global warming is worse, because countries are not taking restrictions and stuff like that, right? Now we have two other verbs to make predictions, may and might, right? And of course, the negative would be may not, right? Might not, right? Plus infinitive. When we use this, it's because we are just 50% sure of that. Could happen or not. Okay? The difference between may and might is there isn't any difference, right? May and might are synonyms. You can use both, right? And you can use it in sentences such as, I might go to, I don't know, I might go to France next year. Right? I might go to France next year. Or I can also use may. I may go. Right? I may go. So there is no difference between may and might. The only difference is will and won't will give us the 90%, right? We are almost sure about something, whereas may and might is just a chance, it's 50 and 50% of possibility, right? In that way, I think you are working just with will and won't, okay, for predictions. Okay, do you have any questions so far?
Teacher, to do the tax of this week or this week's tax, do we have to use any of these verbs or only will?
You can include may and might if you want. Anyway, next way is it's concentrated in will and won't by now.
Yeah.
But if in a sentence you feel like you need to use might or may, it's fine. The only thing is use it properly, right? Example, might to or might to, no. May to, might to, no. Will to, no.
Yeah.
Right? It's will plus infinitive, may plus infinitive, and might plus infinitive. Okay? Okay. So now, expressions that you can use using the past, the future, for predictions, right? In the first one, we have in the near future, right? In the near future, there will be a system for translating foreign languages. Do you think this is true? This will be true or not?
It's true.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. They don't think that handwriting will exist in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, future time marker. What do you think? What's your opinion?
For me, it is false because I think the handwriting has existed in many, many years. I think no, we will use it.
Okay, we will have handwriting in the next 10 years. Okay. Any other opinion?
No, the same. I don't think that.
Okay. Now, the new system for watching TV could happen in a month or two. What is the future time marker here?
In a month or two?
In a month or two. This is the future time marker. Okay. Now, could also help us to predict, but it's more like possibility, right? It could happen. Podría, right? So now, is this true for you or not? Like the TV on demand, like Netflix or iPlayer or YouTube or...
Yeah, it is happening right now.
It is happening. Okay. Certainly, in the long term, this will be the future. What is the time marker there?
In the long term?
In the long term. Do you understand this in the long term? How would you translate in the long term?
A largo plazo?
A largo plazo. Okay. I think these changes will happen in the short term. What is the time marker?
In the short term.
In the short term. And what is the translation of that?
A corto plazo.
Okay. In 10 years' time, children won't be able to write with pen and paper. What is the future time marker here?
In years.
Yes, in 10 years.
In 10 years' time. Until time, okay? Sorry?
That is like what is the meaning of years time?
It's a synonym of saying in the next 10 years. It's another way of expressing the same. In 10 years time, in 2 years time, right? This is like next 10 to 3 years, okay? In 10 years time. So you can say in the next 10 years, computers will replace the TV, right? Or in 10 years time, robots will take over the world. And it's the same, right? 10 years time, next 10 years, right?
Okay, thank you.
There will be still TV sets a long time from now. What is the time marker?
Time?
A long time.
Just a long time? Just a long time? Is
a long time from now.
From now. From now. This is the expression for the future. A long time from now. ¿Sí? Como por mucho tiempo. Right? I don't think there will be any big changes next year. This one is easy. What is the time marker?
Next year.
Next year, right. And finally, phones that can't translate languages will be with us shortly.
Shortly.
Shortly. This is the time, the future time marker, shortly, en corto tiempo, right? Good. Any question about this vocabulary?
No.
No questions, right. work in pairs. You choose your pair, and you are going to ask and answer these questions. Like both of you, right? Like for example, I asked Beatrice, will you still live in the same place in a near future or in 10 years time? Right? So both options, in the near future and in 10 years time. Near future, 2-3 years, and then what will happen in 10 years time? Right? Will you still attend classes 6 months from now or next year? What projects will you work on in the short term, in the long term? Right?
We have to use one option.
Both.
Here.
Both.
Both.
Exactly.
That is
yeah.
two questions with both time markers.
Yes. Juan Pablo, let's do the example. Okay. Ask me the first question. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello again.
Hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me? Oh,
Yes, teacher, but this is freezing the connection.
I'm so sorry. I will work it out. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have to do something. Okay. Juan Pablo, let's do the exercise. You will have to ask me the first question.
Okay. Will you still live in the same place in the near future?
No, I won't. In a month, I will be moving to England.
Okay. And will you still live in the same place in 10 years' time?
Probably not. I think I might live in Spain or France.
Okay.
Okay. Now I ask you the question. Will you still live in the same place in the near future, Juan Pablo?
Yes, I might live in the same town I am living now.
Okay. And will you still live in the same place in 10 years' time?
Maybe I won't live in the same town because the idea is that I can get a job, and I don't believe that it will be in this place.
Okay, great. That's what you have to do. Because A and B are different time, right? Like for example, in the near future is different from in 10 years time, right? Good. So, Hugo, who do you want to ask?
Okay, I ask Mayra.
Mayra, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay.
Mayra, will you the first?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Mayra, will you still live in the same place in the near future?
Yes, I will, because I have got my own place, and I won't be moving like anytime soon.
Okay. Will you still live in the same place in 10 years' time?
I might, I might move out in 10 years because I have plans to, with my husband, I've planned to sell the house in 10 years and get a bigger one.
Thank you. Perfect. Now, Mayra, can you ask Hugo the same question?
Okay, Hugo, will you still live in the same place in the near future?
Yes, I will live in the same city and neighborhood.
Okay. Will you still live in the same place in 10 years' time?
Mm, The I might change the country.
Okay.
Thank you. Ivan, your turn. Who are you going to ask? You have Juan Pablo, Mayra, Hugo, or Beatriz?
Beatriz?
Okay, Beatriz. Are you ready, Beatriz?
Yes.
Okay. Second question, Ivan. Second question.
Will you still
Still
attend class
classes.
in 6 months from now?
Mm, 6 months.
That would be February.
Yes, yeah. Excuse me?
That will be in February. So will you attend classes in February? 6 months from now?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Ivan? The same question with the second option, next year.
Next year, in 2 years, I hope.
Ivan, you have to ask the same question to Beatriz using next year. So will you still attend classes next year?
I don't understand, teacher.
Okay. You have to ask the same question to Beatriz with the second option next year.
Oh, okay, teacher. Will you still attend class next year?
In the next year, I will still attend classes.
Okay. Beatriz, now you ask Ivan the same question.
Okay. Ivan, will you still attend classes 6 months from now?
Yes, I hope.
I have to.
Yes. I have to continue in class.
Okay.
And will you still attend classes next year?
Yes. I still attend class.
Next year. Okay. Juan Pablo, question number 3 for any of your partners.
Do I ask someone?
Yep. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
¿Ya preguntaste? Es que se
No.
me fue otra vez el correo. Okay.
No, I asked if I have to ask someone.
Yes.
Okay. Mayra, what projects will you work on in the short term? Take care of your child?
I might take care of my child. No, what project will you work on? I will start a new course.
What course are you? What course will you start?
What is the name? Something about the pedagogical approach that we work on the school I work.
Okay. What projects will you work on in the long term?
In the long term. I might travel abroad to visit my husband's family in Spain.
In Spain?
Spain, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Juan Pablo, what projects will you work on in the short term?
In the short term, I might working as a teacher. Yeah, I participated in a contestant, so I hope to to pass. And yeah, I think that is in a short term.
Okay. And what about in the long term?
In the long term, I will be teaching. I think like as an English teacher, and in a long term as an elementary teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in a long term as English teacher, and I don't know, in my travel, I might travel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are there any questions about this topic? No questions? Everything is crystal clear? Yeah? Okay. So I will see you next week, right? Remember to send the Word document with the film review, with obviously the predictions, and then prepare the PowerPoint presentation to be presented next class, okay, to your partners, right? So it has 2 grades. The Word document is 1 grade, and the PowerPoint or any other visual aid for the speaking part, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you next week, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Good night.
Bye-bye, good night.